My child, I can't believe you did this. You think I am disappointed. You think I am shaking my head at you. But that is not why I am speaking to you like this. I am speaking with wonder. I am speaking with holy surprise. Because what you did when no one was watching. You did it when your heart was tired. You did it when quitting would have been easier. And you have no idea what that moment did in the unseen. Do not scroll away from this. Do not treat this like another message. What I am about to reveal explains the tension you have been feeling. It explains why the atmosphere around you shifted. It explains why the enemy suddenly became nervous. Something happened, my child. And it happened because of you. You thought it was small. You thought it was insignificant. You told yourself it didn't matter. But heaven does not measure things the way you do. When you chose restraint instead of reaction, when you chose prayer instead of panic, when you chose to trust me instead of complain, the spiritual realm responded. I saw that moment. I saw the hesitation in your chest. I saw the tears you swallowed. I saw the battle in your thoughts. And still you chose what was right. You chose obedience. You chose faith. And I am telling you now, that choice was louder in heaven than you could ever imagine. This message is not random. I needed you to hear this now. Because you are on the edge of misunderstanding what is happening in your life. You are about to assume that nothing changed. But something did change. The moment you did what you did, a line was crossed in the spirit. So stay with me. Lean in. Listen carefully. If this message is already stirring something in your heart, I want you to respond. Like this video as an act of agreement. Comment, I received this so your faith has a voice. Share this with 3 people who need confirmation that their obedience matters. Like this video so more of my children can be reminded that I see them. And subscribe to this channel so you do not miss when I speak again. Because what I am about to tell you next will show you why I said, I can't believe you did this. My child, let me tell you what you did. You obeyed me while your heart was breaking. You kept your mouth closed when you could have defended yourself. You chose silence when anger wanted to speak. You walked away when your flesh wanted to fight. You whispered a prayer when your mind was screaming with doubt. And you thought it was nothing. You thought it was just another hard day. But I was watching that moment with deep affection. I saw you when you were tired of being strong. I saw you when you almost gave up. I saw you when you questioned whether it was worth it to keep trusting me. You felt unseen. You felt unnoticed. But I was closer than your next breath. You did something shocking, my child. You trusted me when it would have been easier not to. You chose integrity when compromise was available. You chose forgiveness when resentment felt justified. You chose patience when delay frustrated you. You chose to believe that I am still working, even when you had no evidence in front of you. That choice moved my heart. You think I am only moved by big sacrifices and loud declarations. But I am deeply moved by quiet obedience. I am touched when you honor me in secret. I am pleased when you choose me in the middle of confusion. You may not have felt powerful in that moment, but you were spiritually strong. I saw the tear you wiped away before anyone noticed. I heard the prayer you barely had strength to finish. I watched you hold on when your hands were shaking. And I need you to understand this clearly. Nothing you did was wasted. You did not act alone. I was strengthening you while you stood. I was steadying your heart while you trembled. I was giving you grace while you felt weak. And now I am calling you my faithful one. My child, as you continue to respond to my voice, I am also calling those whose hearts are burning right now. If this message is feeding your spirit, then hear me clearly. When you sow into this mission, you are helping me reach another weary soul who is praying in the dark. Just as I said in my word that those who sow in tears will reap in joy, your giving becomes a seed that turns into light for someone else. When you give through Super Thanks membership, with a PayPal link placed in the description and shown as a QR code on the screen, you are not funding a channel. You are watering a harvest of souls. I am inviting you into this moment. Do not see it as a donation. See it as obedience. Let your support become oil in the lamp that keeps this light burning across the nations. And as you give, I will multiply back into your life in ways you do not expect. I will bless the hands that choose to build my kingdom. So step into it boldly. Sow the seed. Keep the fire burning. My child, now I will tell you why I said I can't believe you did this. What shocked heaven was not noise. It was not a dramatic display. It was not a public announcement of faith. What moved the unseen realm was your obedience under pressure. You obeyed me when it cost you something. You chose my way when your emotions were pulling you in another direction. That is what shook the atmosphere around you. You thought it was small, but in my kingdom, small obedience is never small. When you decided not to return insult for insult, you broke a cycle that had been following your family for years. When you decided to pray instead of panic, you invited my peace into a space the enemy wanted to fill with fear. When you chose to trust me quietly, without applause, without validation, you made a declaration in the spirit that you belonged to me. That is what was shocking. You did not just survive a moment. You shifted something. There are battles you will never see because your obedience ended them before they could reach you. There are delays that will never happen because your faith unlocked movement. There are attacks that lost permission the moment you said, "Father, I trust you," even while your voice trembled. You keep measuring your life by visible results. I measure it by surrendered moments. You keep looking for fireworks. I look for faithfulness. The world celebrates loud victories. Heaven celebrates quiet surrender. Understand this clearly. Obedience is power. It is not weakness. When you obey me in private, you are aligning yourself with my authority. You are stepping into agreement with my will. And agreement with me carries weight. The enemy expected you to react. He expected you to give in. He expected you to choose comfort over character. But you surprised him. You chose righteousness when compromise looked easier. You chose restraint when retaliation felt justified. And in doing so, you confused the plans formed against you. That is why the atmosphere feels different. That is why some things around you seem unsettled. You crossed a spiritual line. You stepped into maturity. You responded like someone who trusts my leadership more than their own understanding. And I need you to hear this. You did not act alone. My spirit was strengthening you in that moment. My hand was steadying you. My wisdom was guiding you. But you still had to choose. And you did. That choice matters more than you know. My child, now I must correct something gently but firmly. Do not downplay what you did. Do not walk away from that moment and call it nothing. Do not shrink it. Do not dismiss it. Do not let doubt come in afterward and whisper that it did not matter. That is exactly how the enemy tries to steal confidence from my children. He cannot undo your obedience, so he tries to make you question it. You obeyed me. Now do not reverse it with unbelief. I see what has been happening in your thoughts. One moment you stood strong, and the next moment you wondered if it was even worth it. You asked yourself if anyone noticed. You questioned whether your restraint changed anything. And slowly, you started to talk yourself out of the victory you just walked into. My child, guard your mind. When you act in faith, stand in faith. Do not step forward in obedience and then step backward in doubt. The seed you planted needs confidence to grow. If you keep digging it up with worry, you will delay the fruit I am forming. I am not correcting you to shame you. I am guiding you because you are growing. You are entering a season where your thoughts matter more than ever. After obedience comes testing. After breakthrough comes temptation to minimize it. The enemy wants you casual about what was sacred. He wants you to treat holy moments like ordinary decisions. But that moment was holy. It was a crossroads. And you chose my path. Now honor that choice. Speak about it differently. Instead of saying, it was nothing, say, I trusted God. Instead of saying, it won't change anything, say, my Father is working. Your words must align with your obedience. Do not return to old reactions just because they feel familiar. Growth feels unfamiliar at first. Maturity feels uncomfortable. But discomfort does not mean you made the wrong choice. It means you step higher. Stay there. Do not go back to seeking validation from people. Do not look for applause to confirm what I have already approved. My approval is enough. My pleasure over your obedience is enough. You shocked heaven with your faith. Now do not insult that moment by shrinking it. Stand tall in what you did. Walk forward with quiet confidence. You chose me. Now continue choosing me. My child, lift your head. You have been wondering if anything truly shifted when you chose obedience. You have been asking in your quiet moments, did it matter? Did it change anything? And I am telling you now, yes, it did. When you obeyed me, movement began. You could not see it with your eyes, but doors started adjusting. Conversations you have not heard yet began forming. Protection increased around you in ways you will never fully know. I dispatched help you did not ask for out loud, because your obedience gave me permission to move more freely in your life. Do not measure progress by what you see today. Seeds do not break the ground the same day they are planted. But beneath the surface, life is already forming. Roots are stretching. Strength is building. What looks like silence to you is preparation to me. I am strengthening your character because of that decision. I am stabilizing your emotions. I am teaching you that your consistency matters more than your feelings. Feelings rise and fall, but faithfulness builds foundations. And you, my child, are building something strong. You are not weak for struggling. You are not foolish for trusting me. You are not behind. You are being prepared. Every time you choose my way, even when it hurts, you grow. Every time you surrender instead of control, you mature. Every time you trust me instead of leaning on your own understanding, you step into deeper authority. Heaven did not overlook your obedience. Heaven responded, and I am proud of you. My child, as I strengthen you, I am also calling those who feel this fire rising in their spirit right now. If this message has breathed life into you, then hear me. When you support this mission through Super Thanks, membership, or the PayPal link in the description and QR code on the screen, you are helping me send this same strength to someone who is barely holding on. As my word declares that one plants and another waters, but I give the increase. Your giving becomes water on seeds planted in weary hearts. I am inviting you personally into this work. This is not about funding content. This is about fueling a river of encouragement that flows across nations. Let your support be a prophetic act. Sow into the harvest of souls. Keep this light shining. and watch how I return blessing to the hands that choose to build with me. My child, I do not let obedience go unrewarded. You may not see the fruit yet, but I am already shaping it. I am aligning the right people. I am rearranging timing. I am closing doors that would have drained you and preparing doors that will honor the growth inside of you. Nothing you surrendered was wasted. Nothing you released fell to the ground unnoticed. When you chose me, you stepped into agreement with my promises. And my promises do not expire. There is a harvest forming from that single act of trust. It may not look the way you expect. It may not arrive on the timeline you prefer. But it will come in the way that protects you, strengthens you, and positions you for more. I am not a father who overlooks faithfulness. Even now, as you wait, I am building patience in you. Patience is not punishment. It is preparation. I am teaching you to stand steady without constant reassurance. I am teaching you to trust my character more than visible outcomes. You obeyed me in a moment of pressure. Now I am entrusting you with a season of growth. Do not mistake delay for denial. Do not interpret silence as absence. Just because you cannot trace my hand does not mean I have stopped moving. There are conversations happening on your behalf. There are protections surrounding you that you will never fully understand. There are blessings I am holding back simply because the timing must be perfect. Trust me with the timing. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not behind schedule. You are in process. I am forming resilience in you. I am deepening your roots. I am making you unshakable. What is coming requires the strength you are developing right now. If I gave it to you too soon, it would overwhelm you. But when I release it at the right time, you will carry it with wisdom and humility. So breathe. Rest in me. The same God who saw your obedience is the same God who is crafting your reward. I will not tease you with promises. I will not stir your faith just to disappoint you. I am faithful to complete what I start. Hold on to that truth. What you did shocked heaven, and heaven does not forget. My child, now I am asking you a question. Will you trust me again? You trusted me once, in that hard moment. You chose obedience when your emotions were loud. You chose surrender when control felt safer. And now you stand in a new space, a little stronger, a little wiser, but still uncertain about what comes next. This is where growth becomes a lifestyle. I am not calling you to one brave decision. I am calling you to a pattern of faith. I am inviting you to wake up each day and choose me again. Not because you feel inspired, not because everything makes sense, but because you know my heart. Trust is not built in comfort. It is built in continuation. You have already proven that you can obey me under pressure. Now I am inviting you to walk with me consistently. Keep praying, even when answers are slow. Keep forgiving, even when memories try to return. Keep speaking life, even when negativity surrounds you. Keep showing integrity, even when shortcuts look appealing. This is your moment of activation. Do not wait for another dramatic sign. Do not wait for perfect clarity. You already know my voice. You already felt my nudge. You already experienced the strength I gave you when you thought you had none left. So decide. Decide that obedience will be your normal. Decide that trust will be your response. Decide that fear will no longer lead you. Decide that even if no one applauds you, you will continue to honor me. I am not forcing you. I am inviting you. There is greater authority ahead for you, but authority grows in surrendered hearts. There is greater peace ahead for you, but peace flows through consistent trust. There is greater impact ahead for you, but impact begins with private faithfulness. Say it in your heart right now. Father, I will trust you again. Let that be your declaration. Heaven is watching, not to judge you, but to partner with you. My Spirit is ready to strengthen you again. My grace is already available for tomorrow's challenges. You are not stepping forward alone. This is not the end of your obedience story. It is the beginning of a new level. Walk into it. Choose me again. And watch what happens next. My child, come closer and let my peace settle over you. You began this message wondering what you could have possibly done that shocked heaven. Now you understand. It was not a mistake that moved me. It was your obedience. It was your quiet trust. It was your decision to choose my way when it would have been easier to choose your own. That is what touched my heart. You did not perform for attention. You did not act for applause. You simply trusted me. And that trust created movement in places you cannot yet see. What you thought was small was sacred. What you thought was unnoticed was celebrated. What you thought was ordinary was powerful. I want you to rest in that. Stop replaying the situation with doubt. Stop questioning whether it mattered. It mattered to me. And if it matters to me, it carries eternal weight. I am proud of you, my child. Not because you are perfect, but because you are willing. Not because you never struggle, but because you still choose me in the struggle. That is maturity. That is growth. That is faith becoming real. As you move forward from this moment, carry peace with you. I am guiding your steps. I am guarding your heart. I am preparing your future. The same hand that strengthened you to obey will strengthen you to receive what is coming. You are not alone. You are not unseen. You are not forgotten. I am with you. My child, before you leave this moment of peace, listen carefully. If this message confirmed what I have been doing in your life, then I am inviting you to take part in spreading this same awakening to others. When you give through Super Thanks, join as a member, or so through the PayPal link in the description and QR code on the screen. You are placing seed into fertile ground where weary souls are waiting for light. As I have spoken in my word that those who bring the good news shine like stars, your giving becomes a spark that pushes back darkness. I am stirring your heart for a reason. Do not ignore it. Let your support be obedience. Let it be worship. Let it be partnership with me in reaching the next heart that is crying out in secret. I will bless those who build what blesses others. Step into it now. So boldly. Keep this river flowing. And before you go, like this video as a sign that you receive my peace. Share it with 3 people who need this reassurance. Comment what spoke to you so your faith becomes visible. Subscribe and stay connected, and hype this video so more of my children can hear my voice. Rest now, my child. I am pleased with you, and I am not finished yet.